If you have a well-preserved sample, transferring a dried drop of blood is relatively easy. Almost as easy as it was lifting Jorge Castillo's fingerprints from his boat and putting them on this knife. I found something.
The wife's blood, you're sure?
Well, this was found in the Castillo's bedroom hamper. We check all the clothing items that come in. Sometimes because of sheer volume, that takes time.
It doesn't prove anything.
Not by itself, but I've been re-examining the video footage I took from that morning. Notice the cuts along the carotid arteries are long, deep. Valerie Castillo bled to death in minutes.
No shit.
The person who did this wasn't trying to emulate the ice truck killer. He was in a hurry. He's probably afraid of getting caught.
Most killers are.
Except if this was a copycat, he wouldn't be in a rush. He would savor his first kill. He would control the precise moment Valerie Castillo died instead of just letting her bleed out. This is all too passive. Have you completely ruled out the husband?
Why are you doing this? The boy said he didn't recognize Jorge Castillo in any of the photos.
Well, he was a dehydrated and traumatized 7-year-old left to fend for himself for days in a salvage yard.
You really think it's the husband?
He's a deep-sea fisherman, must know how to use a knife. Plus, he's still missing. Have you finished your search of the salvage yard?
I'll have them send the cadets out again.
I need a sergeant.
Morgan. I'll be right there.
Wrecks like this are usually sold for scrap. The husband stashes the knife inside and lets a demo crew shred the truck before we find it. No more murder weapon.
There's blood.
You want to bet it's the wife's?
It's always the husband. You're right all along.
Shake it off, Morgan. Homicide takes time.
Deb will forgive me. Eventually. That's who she is. Big-hearted, kind, nothing like me.
La Vuelta thought you should see this.
What you got?
That kid Oscar swears this is who he saw.
Son of a bitch.
Dex.
Okay. I gave them Jorge's sock, a knife with his prints, and a drop of his wife's blood. Forensics trifecta like that should trump a child's drawing. I hope.
Too fucking weird.
Jesus Christ saved this kid?
On his own for as long as Oscar was? Who's to say he didn't?
So, any new leads on the real guy?
Not yet. We're hoping the cameras will turn something up.
Cameras?
In the marinas. Put them in a couple of days ago to monitor for suspicious activities. Good news for all those cops who keep boats at Coral Cove. You've got one too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we've been needing a security upgrade for a long time now. Has Lundy seen me on the tape? Is that why he invited me along today? To mess with me? That's my marina. And in less than 30 minutes, I'll be on that screen. I need to take care of this and fast. I'm out of time. I need an idea, a sign, anything. What would the old Dexter do? Definitely not that. No security cameras. Apparently the new Dexter is stuck in high school. Maybe I am a late bloomer.
A fire drill? Are you kidding? We have work to do.
It's probably one of those kids in the bullpen. Something I would have done.
All clear, everybody out! Respect the vest. Don't make me take out my hose.
Like it never happened. If only the rest of life were so easy to figure out.
Big news, Dex.
Whoa, I feel like I got caught in a wave.
The Miami Tribune received a 32-page manifesto in the mail. It's looking good for the Bay Harbor butcher.
Well, I've heard that one before.
Now, this may be legit. The manifesto includes the names of 3 victims we never released to the press.
Oh, that is big news.
I'm heading over to the Tribune now. For Special Agent Lundy, he put me in charge of the team.
Go Angel.
Yeah, I'm psyched.
Yeah, me too. I'm about to be published. I sent that manifesto to the Tribune. Guess I've been taking some cues from Lila lately, and not just in bed. I'm tired of reacting to the moves of Agent Lundy and his super posse. Time to control their actions for a change. They're still playing my tune. It's like I'm conducting a final symphony, Requiem for demonic Dexter. And forming the entire brass section, Sergeant James Dokes. When I reach the end, maybe I can lay to rest the monster formerly known as Dexter. Just hang in there, Mr. Wilson.
DVDs, they're in that lockbox.
They videotaped themselves torturing these women.
13 discs. They're all numbered.
Lumen was the last victim. That would make her number 13. Turn it off. Despite having considered myself a monster for as long as I can remember, it still comes as a shock when I'm confronted with the depth of evil that exists in this world.
Did the blood work go up?
Yeah, an hour ago.
And?
Deb, the results won't come back for at least a day.
But you'll let me know? Right. I need to take a breath, you know? It's hard. There's some seriously fucked up shit in there.
And if Deborah gets eyes on Lumen's DVD, she'll know everything. It will all unravel.
Deb, Cole Harmon's emails and phone records are up. You want to go through them?
Fuck yes. Let's see who he's been talking to.
No. Chain of custody. Your sister's new mantra. Last time someone came in here, she nearly killed me. Which, frankly, would be better than going through another one of these DVDs. Each one, same creepy place. Same creepy shit. Notice anything about them?
They all look like Lumen. No, not really.
They could be sisters, all 13 of them. Which is weird. I mean, 13.
Why?
You were at Boyd Fowler's house when we went through it, right?
Yep.
Remember those locks of hair? There were 12, so there should be 12 victims. But there are 13 discs.
He's nearly there.
Yeah. That is weird.
Dex, whoa! Back! Dude!
Sorry.
You gotta be more careful, man. This is all we got to nail these fucking assholes. It's right here!
I know. I'm sorry. The Tooth Fairy was smart. And arrogant. They never caught him even when he left a body on a deputy sheriff's lawn. 15 women, prostitutes, all dumped on the roadside, all missing their lateral incisors.
You really think there's a connection to the victim from this morning?
Her lateral incisor was cracked like someone tried to rip it out with pliers. There was damage to her gums.
Probably a result of the beating, like Masuka said.
Maybe someone was trying to relive old times.
The Tooth Fairy killings were in the 80s, Dexter. He'd be 70 years old at least. What would he be doing in Miami?
Why do most 70-year-olds come to Miami?
Can I help you?
I hope so. I'm thinking about moving my dad down here. He's 81, but still sprightly.
Bless his heart. Coral Island's a great facility. I'm happy to answer any questions you have.
Do you have any other residents here from Oregon? My dad's kind of shy, and it'd be nice to have people around with something in common, besides hearing loss.
Well, let's see. We have 3 residents from Oregon. Fine people. I'm sure your dad will get along with them famously.
That's good to hear.
Here are some brochures with everything you need to know about Coral Island. There's some forms to fill out in case you're interested in having your dad join us.
Thanks. Hey, I hate to trouble you, but that coffee really looks good. I was gonna get some earlier. I feel a caffeine headache coming on.
I know what that's like. I'll fetch you a mug. Be right back.
I appreciate it. One woman, another in a wheelchair. That leaves Walter Kenny. Moved here from Grants Pass, Oregon 5 years ago. How are you spending your second childhood? So what'd you used to do up in Oregon?
I was a pipe fitter for 25 years. Shit job, but I managed to work up a pension. All I want to do now is play golf.
Maybe you should find something else to pass the time.
I tell you, it's hell not being able to do what you love.
Is he talking about golf or his failure to rip out Rosalio Davalos's tooth? Walter Kenny may be the world's oldest asshole, but that doesn't make him a killer.
On the other hand, maybe I gave up too soon.
He wears a dental implant for the lateral incisor, the same one the Tooth Fairy pulled from his victims. The hunt for Travis has hit a wall, but maybe there's a way around it. Steve Dorsey, aka Doomsday Adam, Travis's recently deceased acolyte. There might be something in your history that can lead me to Travis, or lead us to Travis. Since anything I find, I'll report to Deb. Unfortunately, Dorsey has led a squeaky clean life. Mostly, he's a potential mass murderer with 8 outstanding parking tickets.
Excuse me, Lieutenant.
What is it?
There's a woman here who says she has important information about DDK.
Which is?
She insists on speaking to you personally. She says it has to do with something called wormwood.
Wormwood?
Yeah.
How the fuck would she know about that? Send her in.
Yes, ma'am.
What did stalkers do before the internet? Is this Wormwood?
Thank you again for coming.
Get everyone out of here!
Evacuate the building! Go now!
She's gone. Let's go. I'll give you everything you need. I just need to go check on my brother. I'll be right back, okay?
Homeland Security?
Yeah, you were right. They want everything we have on DDK. They slow us down to a crawl. Is he all right?
I'm fine.
I love you, but I wasn't talking to you.
Well, he was lucky. The exposure was very mild, but this gas attacks the upper respiratory tract. You could get nosebleeds followed by extreme dizziness, especially after physical exertion. You need to get to the hospital.
Got it.
You gonna go to the ER?
On my honor.
Stop with the sarcastic bullshit, all right?
No bullshit. I will. Really.
Okay. How did you know that crazy bitch was a threat?
It's luck, I guess.
Fuck luck, I'll take you. Dex, you saved a lot of lives today. You saved my life.
I'd never let anything happen to you.
Come here. I don't know what happened. I was tired, I was driving. I kept getting sleepier and sleepier, and I don't know, I must have closed my eyes for a second, but the next thing I knew, I was
Hanging upside down in a ditch.
hanging by my seatbelt. This is the most fuckedest Christmas ever.
And you were gonna spend it with Arlene Schramm.
Hannah told you.
Hannah knew?
She was at my house yesterday, asking me to back off. Arlene must have called her after I left her house.
Hannah was at your house yesterday.
Yes. And now I'm here. Fucking hell, Dexter.
She didn't poison you.
Well, I sure as shit didn't swallow a handful of pills.
The doctor said that it's possible the drug is built up in your system.
I took one. One last night. That drug has a short half-life.
Sorry for your loss.
No, my sister's doing fine.
Can't say the same thing for this poor baby. You have to go in through the passenger side.
I'll see what the lab has to say about what's in this bottle. Hannah didn't poison Deborah. All I want for Christmas is for that to be true. Yes.
Dexter, it's Sergio. You told me to call you when I ran that water you brought in. I know it's early.
Yes, okay. What'd you find?
That water is like 40% alprazolam. That's an anti-anxiety drug. Someone must have really wanted to knock themselves out. But this time of year, who can blame them?
Thanks.
I got it.
It was no accident. Hannah dissolved the pills into Deb's water so that she'd pass out behind the wheel. A problem in Hannah's life solved. Hannah poisoned Deborah. It's not the future I had wanted with Hannah, but maybe it's what I deserve.